I am James Corner. I lead our office field operations based in New York City. We're sort of renowned for many important public realm projects around the world, perhaps most notably New York's High Line, San Francisco's Presidio, waterfront in Hong Kong, and a number of other important projects around the world where we are striving always to bring nature and people together in a closer relationship. When you speak about landscape and parks and gardens, there's a tendency to think of them on the one hand as being very ecologically sound, almost wild, exceedingly lush and green, but very informal. And on the other hand, you can think about gardens as being quite formal, quite designed. I think in our work at Parkside, we want to integrate these two approaches, where you have a strong sense of design, there's a strong sense of sort of a luxurious quality in terms of design experience, how materials and details and forms are made. I think a key word for us would be natural. We want these spaces to feel natural, to be of nature, to have plantings and the sound of birds, but also to feel natural in terms of how people feel in the spaces, that they feel comfortable, they feel invited. There are places to sit, places to meet friends, places for events and special occasions. And because it's quite a large area, we want it to feel like a community with a variety of spaces. It's very clear many of the architectural facades are sort of a play, the intricacies of lattice structure. We've tried to bring that formal language onto the ground plane in terms of how the surfaces are paved, how they're given an identity, so that the experience of walking through the public spaces resonates with the feel of the vertical faces of the buildings. The second thing is the master plan has very clear journeys through the development. One enters and then turns right and then turns left and then walks through. That choreography of journeys and vistas and viewpoints into adjacent contexts and adjacent parts of the city. Our design is responsive to how one walks through, finds their way, and experiences a journey moving through and around the different buildings and the different passageways. And the third thing is the ground plane itself. Many of these buildings have active ground floors in terms of cafes and restaurants or shops and lobbies, and how the public realm responds and reacts to those building frontages, where people come in and out of buildings, inside and outside, in dialogue, is an important aspect of our design consideration. So the landscape design approach is to retain the same vocabulary, the lattice vocabulary, the geological stone vocabulary, but to work with different scales and different intensity. Something where residents can find a quiet space to be alone or to meet a friend, but it has solitude, it has reflection, it has serenity. It's very delicate and extraordinarily elegant and beautiful. And as you move closer to the commercial area, it's more public, it's more bustling with life. We have more expansive spaces, there's more pavement, there's more furnishings where people can sit and meet. There are more spaces where you can have flexible uses. In the case of Seoul, I've always been impressed with a double-sided nature that is, to me, uniquely Korean and definitely palpable in Seoul. On the one hand is the urbanism of the city. It's a very vibrant city. There's a lot of people out and about, bustling around. It's a very elegant city. And so again, at Parkside, we've tried to echo some of these qualities of sort of cosmopolitan urbanism, the street life of Seoul, the elegant character of the public spaces in Seoul, but also mixing that with a sense of nature in a delicate and an intimate way. Yeah, I mean, the fact that Parkside is next to Yongsan Park is a wonderful asset for the whole development. And the development is quite sizable, so has a very strong relationship to the park in terms of its scale. So we think it's a great opportunity and a real benefit for Parkside to be located where it is and to have this relationship to the park. But also we've, in our design, drawn the park through the development. Maybe more recently, 10 years ago, started to get a different sense of life in the city of Seoul. A lot more people, a lot more dynamic, more interesting spaces, more green spaces. And more recently, I mean, the whole city is almost becoming a garden city. This bringing of nature into the city is so important for how people feel, how they enjoy their lifestyle in the city, for their health, not only their physical health, but their mental and spiritual health. We're finding that in cities all around the world, there's a massive movement now toward more parks, more greenery, more gardens. On the High Line, we were able to discover how to create very tactile and intimate and delicate experiences in a relatively short or small space. And we've tried to learn from that and amplify that at Parkside, to elevate how public space is designed and how it feels at a very tactile and a very intimate scale. So the new residents at Parkside can begin to feel a stronger sense of connection to the urban world and to the natural world. Many of our details, the way in which we have used both hard materials and planted materials, there's a lot more intricacy, a lot more micro detail that's going in to create very delicate experiences that I think will leave a very impressionable impact on how people feel and how they live and how they enjoy and ultimately take pride in where they live.